next bit to screw onto the chassis. We need the bulkhead. Bag 2. Wow, already on bag 2. That's bag 3. This is bag 2. Been looking on the internet, as you do when you're buying a buggy, especially from a new manufacturer. From a lot of the things I'm reading, the bearings and associated aren't much cop, mind you. From the things I read, the bearings and ball joints and everything like that is on the Schumacher. So I think that's one thing I can say about the PR Racing. It does seem like all the parts are pretty good. I haven't had any troubles with any of the PR Racing branded ball racers. All been very nice. These screws seem cold enough though. I know a couple of years back I tried control RC drifting and I bought a screw set, and the heads on the screws were actually really terrible. Just kept really shallow sockets on them and kept stripping them. Let's see if we've got some. There's a nice shiny blue anodizing, isn't it? You don't get the pretty colours with PR Racing. You get black and black and black. Although I've seen a few red bits here and there, but I think that's from a few years ago on some of the second-hand ones I've picked up. We've got manuals these days. We've got you know, the little shadow things you can. Oh look, shadow thing here for them. If I paid attention to the start of the manual as well, it can be easier to just do the shadow overlay kind of thing. It feels so professional using the calipers though, doesn't it? It's like, oh, this guy knows what's on with that. He doesn't. He really doesn't. Like he just really knew what he was on about. He might have pre-sorted some of these screws. I know the space has got to go in there as well, but it might be easiest to get the screws in and slide the spacer in. So we've got these bosses in there to slide into those holes. That's quite a nice snug fit. The spacer slides in. So that's to like raise and lower the bulkhead. There we go. Everything's still very nice. Really. Next page. It's in 11 grams on there. It appears we have the aluminium one in the box. So, now on the sidebars. When building a kit, it definitely is beneficial to have an electric screwdriver. Obviously, the first time these screws go in, you're cutting the thread as well, so it's Nice to have something to help you with a bit of power. Build one up without a power driver and it can get a bit achy on your hands. This one, by the way, just Amazon special, like 20 quid. It senses if there's pressure on it and starts going. Like I said, it's only got an electronic clutch or electric clutch or whatever. I haven't got a nice mechanical one, but as long as you're careful and you know charge it. Oh no, I've got charge. As long as you're careful, you won't strip anything. Let us find the motor mount. Fan mount. Motor mount. Yeah, I'm going to mount the motor off a little bit of plastic here and that would be silly. That's bag 3. Bag 2. That looks like the circle mount, but that looks like a mount. That looks like a motor mount in there with it. Let us explore. Are you the motor mount? There. You look like a motor mount. Awesome. What's this thing? Ah. I wonder if that's to fill that hole if you're not using the motor mount. Possibly. Yeah, let's put the motor mount in. Why do I keep saying motor mount? No one's corrected me. Fan mount. Did I buy a fan? No, I did not. Did I mean to? Yeah. Along with those front uprights I forgot as well. Well, more chance for DPD to get more of my money. I'll have to do some alignment stuff in a bit. So we've done that. Now we're into this. Let's go servo horn hunting. Where's the servo horn? Ooh, that looks like servo horns. Going through, let's clean this up. Okay. No doubt will be going on soon anyway, so. Wait. So we want the 25 tooth one. Which is that one? Is it for Samoa and cave football, I think? Those things I think are 25 tooth these days. 25 tooth? The bar! Or in our case, Savos. Now apparently that goes onto there and seems to help stop the horn splitting. I need the servo, but we also need to center the servo because I haven't got one of those fancy servo centering things. That means I need to power it up somehow. He says, would you have to get a battery and a different car? A bit of a jiggle. Yeah, that should be centered now, yeah? Earlier I said, it's the servo mount, but it's somewhere. That's where I put it. Good. I like just pushing down on the end. Just end up anywhere. So I'm trying to squeeze between metal bit so we're not flexing anything too much. There we go. And servo horn, and link rod steering rod thingy. 6mm round heads. And just be silly. Carbon fibre. Now, those feeling really swanky. You can smooth these off and then super glue in and polish them up. But actually, that's quite a nice piece of carbon fibre. That nice tight layers. Quite nice that. Okay. Back to looking for screws. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm just rummaging around your video somewhere. Oh, idiot! They're not normal button round head screws. See, they got bigger heads on them. You know, SHCS. Not even round head screws. It's gonna be those funky looking ones there, isn't it? That though. Really take a bit of tension on the way, isn't it? I think we just get away with that. Awesome. Now I believe I want to flick the screws everywhere. Don't flick the screws! Actually, like this one. Pretty parallel to that. Give it a little bit of a turn off. Because we don't want the joint bindings on. And pliers. Squeeze link on. I think we're all good at that. It still seems to be moving alright. What's the front end down? Now, I got to admit to something. I don't have any arm reamers with me, so we're not going to be mounting the arms tonight. We'll leave that a little bit, but we'll get everything else done. And to be fair, I need practice putting arms on later because the rate at which I usually snap them. So we've got these parts that need to look into these holes. Let's make sure it goes in tight into the front and the rails. Lovely. Seems flat and square. So like I said, no arm reamer, arms not going on, nor in arms. That's what those will be, the front arm pins. Actually quite short pins, aren't they? I'm not sure if that's shorter than the B64 or whatever. Pretty sure it's shorter than the yellow racing one though. So leave them to the side for now. Back to step 7. The bumper. I say bumper. Anyone who grew up the same sort of age as me and had tomatoes, that's not a bumper. This is a bumper! First ever car was a Falcon, and the bumper on that was massive. From what I can remember anyway. You know, obviously I was a kid. You know how things seem bigger when you're a kid? Maybe falcon bumpers are only like this big. I remember it this big! Maybe you should just put music over this, shouldn't I? You guys have to listen to me for 3/4 of an hour nuttering around on about absolute nout. And insanity that way lies. I must admit, when I first got back into RC, I went all fancy. I was like, I want the shiny stuff! And I ended up getting, he says wandering away from the microphone, I ended up getting these Aeromax drivers. Lovely handles, they look all very swanky, don't they? Not as impressed by the tips, well, especially the hex tips. The ball joint ones we've been through a few of, and the normal tips. They're replaceable and everything, but like 6-7 quid a time. When I first got back in, you know, I saw the MIP ones, but you know, a bit snobbish. Plastic handle. Don't care about the handle. It's comfy enough to hold. That's all you really worry about, isn't it? Those tips are awesome. I had any problems with those tips. They're brilliant. If you're going to spend the money, what I say is, don't get the faffy shiny stuff, the Aeromax stuff. They look lovely, don't get me wrong. But the tips in these, awesome. Absolutely awesome. And for the amount that I was replacing tips on Aeromax ones, they've paid for themselves. It's alright, I'll get all the fanboys in the comments. Oh Matt, what are you saying about Aeromax? Some people love them. I didn't get on with them. That's all I'm saying. Well, I did. I liked them. It's very nice having them, but I believe the tips on that are better. Anyway, on with the show. Ta-da! And then there's all sorts of notes about how to fit this. You just know when there's a plastic thing that's got all sorts of notes about how to fit it. I'm going to break it, don't you? Alright. Line up the front tower cover on a shock at an angle as shown in the first image to the right. That's great, but it's not the clearest image in the world. I reckon it's going to be a tilt back and slide in thing. Preferably this way around. I don't think it's going to go on that way, do it? Oh, maybe. There we go. It does seem like that's a bit of a potch to get on and off to move the shocks around. You know when you put something on, you don't want to take it back off because you just know it's going to break at some point. Anyway, it's on, it's done. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Well, you just didn't pay attention to that, did you, Matthew? No, you didn't. You just did that all the wrong way round, didn't you? Yes, you did. Because what's those? They're Countess and Cores, aren't they? They don't go on that way round. No, go on that way round. Now your screws are sticking the wrong way. Oh, you doofus. Oh, well. Stop complaining and get on with it. Sort out your mess. Still holding on, but this is not the easiest thing to get on and off when it's on a car. Answers and postcard, please. Are these covers a pain? Frank, do you know what you've done there? You've just embarrassed yourself in front of the whole world. Oh, yeah, 63 people. That does feel nice and solid, that. For something that looks so svelte on the box, that feels like quite a nice hefty lump, really. Yeah, because on the front of the box it all looks like nice and slim and stuff. Well, that's bag 2 done, and we'll crack on with bag 3 in a bit. At some point. See you in a bit.